The bombing of Frampol occurred during the German invasion of Poland in 1939. On the 13th of September, the town of Frampol, with a population of 4,000, was bombed by the German Luftwaffe as a practice run for future missions. Over 60% to 90% of the town was completely destroyed. Only 2 streets remained untouched, including some houses on the outskirts. Frampol was destroyed by the bombers of Luftwaffe's 8th Air Corps, under General Wolfram Freiherr von Richthofen. According to Polish historians Paweł Puccio and Ryszard Jasinski, no units of the Polish army were stationed in Frampol, and the town did not have any military facilities. The first German reconnaissance plane appeared over Frampol on the 9th of September 1939, taking reconnaissance photographs of the location. Then, on 11 and 12 September, the town was bombed. The first raids did not cause any significant damage, but the subsequent bombing on the 13th of September completely destroyed the town. The Luftwaffe likely selected Frampol for an experimental bombing, since the town had an extensive market square with a grid plan, making it appear as a large bullseye, and there were no anti-aircraft units located at Frampol. According to historian Norman Davis, 125 bombers dropped 700 tons of explosives during bombing, which lasted for several hours. Furthermore, German fighter pilots trained strafing techniques on refugees who were trying to flee from the city. Frampol lost 90% of its buildings and 50% of the population became casualties. After the bombing, on the 18th of September, a German reconnaissance plane again appeared over Frampol to take photographs of the destruction. Historian Norman Davis writes, in Europe at war 1939 to 1945, no simple victory. Frampol was chosen partly because it was completely defenseless, and partly because its baroque street plan presented a perfect geometric grid. Also, in his book, Eyes on the Sky, Wolfgang Schreyer wrote, Frampol was chosen as an experimental object because test bombers flying at low speed weren't endangered by AA fire. Also, the centrally placed town hall was an ideal orientation point for the crews. We watched possibility of orientation after visible signs, and also the size of village. What guaranteed that bombs nevertheless fall down on Frampol? From one side it should make easier the note of probe, from second side it should confirm the efficiency of used bombs. The bombing of Frampol plays an important part in the short story The Little Shoemakers by Isaac Bashevis Singer.